Hey chummers and welcome back to Shadowrun Hong Kong. Ah god, I've been looking forward to getting back to this. The thug taps his earpiece, gestures with his head. Auntie Cheng said you'd be coming, you can pass. Elizabeth 12? Uh-huh. When travelling to new mission locations, you'll be able to choose which members of your team to bring and modify their loadout for the run. When members of your team become permanently incapacitated on a mission, they'll be automatically extracted for emergency medical care. They'll be patched up and ready for action the next time you return to Haoi. Avoid this loss of firepower by always carrying some dockwagon trauma kits into the field. Confirm. Either Gobbet or Isabel. I'm going to take Gobbet because, like, I'm a decker, so I shouldn't really need another decker. Although she does have that awesome grenade launcher, I'm just going to sacrifice her for the fact of getting someone that can heal. So let's go with Gobbet. Confirm. That's pretty cool. We can check her cyberware. Is Isabel? Oh, Isabel does. Oh, obviously she's got a data jack. That's fine. Let's confirm. Yes, let us travel to the walled city. Ah. City of Darkness, Kowloon, walled city, the most densely populated spot on Earth. Nearly 40,000 people crammed into 7 acres of chaos. Poverty, disease, and vice. Disease and vice. A self-contained city that collects no taxes and provides no city services. Stagnant water sits in temporary wells. Trash lies piled on roofs for controlled burns. Improvised structures laying dangerously over populated areas. It's the ideal breeding ground for all manner of illicit trade, drugs, gambling, black market trade, metahuman trafficking, and everything in between. The only law is triad law. And now you need to enter the septic system of a city, find a triad enforcer named Strangler Bao, and deliver a message from Kindly Cheng. Equip. I have 0 equipment in my stash, so I'm pretty happy. My guy looks like a douche. I like he's got a badass mohawk though. Fucking elf. A twat. Right, I'm just going to take all the junk in. Screw it. I'll mess with my loadout once I actually have something to worry about. I'm glad the game autosave, thanks. Full oily water rains down from above, mixes with the filth and offal and swill of the streets. Turns it into a floating surrey of unrecognisable sewage. In the distance, the sound of back alley activity adds to the ambience at your arrival. Breaking glass, the crackling hiss of a garbage fire, faint screams of terror punctuated by the occasional gunshot, sex and business and violence and misery blended into one. Wu winces at the stink, waves a hand in front of his face. Raymond said that prosperity is in the walled city, but I don't see it. Why the hell would he want to set one foot in this place? You got me. As I said, the walled city is the worst slum in the Eastern Hemisphere, maybe in the world. A rat pokes its head out of a fold in her clothing, squeals softly, stretches up a hand to comfort it. There's something wrong with this place. It isn't just a slum, it feels poisonous somehow, on an astral level. It turns my stomach even to come near it. Wu nods in agreement. Okay, you were right. This isn't the Barrens. It feels, I don't know, thicker. He goggles the place. Which way? The Lotus Den. That's what Bao calls his little corner of hell. I don't know where it is offhand, but I have a way of finding things. There's a flurry of motion at her hip, and a second pair of beady eyes appears. Gobbet shifts her hand from one rat to the other, stroking each in turn. They probably aren't expecting anyone to come in force. We can kick in the door, drop the guards, hand over the message, and get the hell out. Kindly doesn't want them dead. She wants them to remember where their loyalties lie. It's tough to remember much of anything when you've got a bullet in your head. I mean, we could kill them, if you really wanted to. Technically, Bao is the only one that has to live, but I'd rather keep Auntie Cheng happy than piss her off again. Well, I'll be up to them. If they don't try and kill us, we don't dust them. Got it. Let's get this done. Oh, chick just lying there. Some dwarves. Optional, don't kill any of the Yellow Lotus. Duncan and Gobbet must survive. I can't remember what the other one was. Or rather, I didn't see what the other one was. You don't look like you're having a good time. Anything over here? I doubt there would be much to loot in a freaking slum, but it's worth trying. I like how we're above the ground level. Or are we? Is this a reclaimed area? No, it looks like we're above the ground level. A putrid stench emanates from the remains of this building. You see nothing that would cause it. A bedraggled old woman looks up from her sewing at the sound of you approaching. Clothing, clothing, I have good quality clothing for sale. Ever heard anyone say prosperity is in the walled city? She cocks her head like a dog listening to a noise that she can't understand. Prosperity? She sounds it out to herself. I don't know what that means. What's the news here? Anything interesting? Interesting? Here? No. Nothing changes here. Nothing changes. She settles her weight with an audible harumph. Strangler Bao is the big man now. He's very important, very impatient. You know Bao? Yeah, we're real close friends. You tell your friend that he still owes me for that suit. I want so for nothing. You can't eat air. We'll get right on that. She nods sagely. You see what you do. Now, what else do you want? A little lady. I would have expected that to be a very sarcastic, yeah, we're real good friends. Over here, help! A young woman lies on the ground. She's a bloody mess. Streaks and spatters of crimson crisscross her blouse and mar hair. Judging by the quality of her clothing and the bag on her shoulder, you'd make her out as a student. She's as out of place here as a librarian would be in the game of urban brawl. She struggles to move, but she's clearly exhausted. Dark circles under her eyes tell you that she hasn't slept in days. When a woman sees you heading her way, her face hardens. You see her hand slip into her jacket pocket, but as she studies your face, the fear in her eyes gives way to curiosity. You guys don't look like you're from around here. A hacking cough shakes her, but her eyes remain fixed on you. You either? Who are you? I'm a student at HKU. She glanced around watchfully. Over her shoulder at the buildings looming above her into the windows nearby. Doing some research. Gotta finish before I can leave. You look like you haven't slept in days. Just because I haven't. I've been living with my family in one of the inner blocks for the past few months, working on my thesis. It was bad, but I could handle it. For the past 5 days though, I've been living on the streets, hiding from predators. Happened to the family? A pain expression washed over her face. I'm not 100% sure. The mother, she worked in a dive bar as a hostess. The father was a handyman. They never really went anywhere, didn't have the money to. I woke up one day and the whole family was gone, just gone. I squatted in their place a while, but then some people started coming around, eyeing the place. I figured I should get out, finish my research as fast as I could, and then head back to the campus. Then I got sick. Woo grunts. What kind of research would you do in a place like this? My thesis is about Feng Shui in the 6th world. This was the right place to do it, the only place to do it. Otherwise I wouldn't be here. Still in the data gathering phase, or are you attempting to verify a hypo? Wow. What's Feng Shui have to do with a slum? Everything, I think. Absolutely everything. Rich people hire geomancers to design the interiors of the homes, to tune them just right to achieve balance and harmony. The poor have nothing like that. Leave a slum to fester long enough and you get this. She glanced at her surroundings, a look of profound disgust in her face. I think that the negative Feng Shui of places like this affect the people who live here. That it changes them in a fundamental way, makes them less capable of breaking the cycle and getting out. That's what I'm trying to prove. You try to prove that the Feng Shui is making people in a bad mood. Wow. Wow, that sounds like super ignorant. Before the Awakening, people thought of Feng Shui as a philosophical system. Now in the 6th world, it's more than that. It's actually a form of magic. Alright, maybe I'm ignorant. The whole thing revolves around Qi, the invisible life energy that binds every person and thing together. It's very real here in Hong Kong. Nobody knows the reason why. Maybe it's only real because people believe that it is. The important thing is, it's a measurable, quantifiable phenomenon. There's an entire industry that's grown up around it. So how's the key in this place? It's wrong, all wrong. The Feng Shui in the walled city is completely screwed. I mean, look at the place. She gestures at the squalor around you. You can feel it, right? I felt that something was wrong the minute I walked in. Bad key, huh? Yeah, bad Feng Shui. Key needs to flow when it goes sour. Positive Feng Shui allows that to happen. The woman clears her throat, then lets out a hacking cough. The effort requires a moment for her to recover before she speaks again. You know, I hate to admit it, but I could use some help. I started running well, I guess you could call it an experiment of sorts. Nothing conclusive, just a few quick trials to support my hypothesis before I go into hardcore data gathering mode. There are only a few things left to do. If you could finish them for me, I could get out of here. She holds out a crumpled piece of paper. Please follow the notes on this sheet. Duncan takes the paper from her outstretched hand and examines it, frowning. Just say what you need us to do. I need you to make adjustments to the area's feng shui. My notes will tell you how. The goal is to remove sources of friction and to record the results. My hypothesis is that even small adjustments can have a measurable impact on key flow. If I'm right, it should improve and life here should get just a little bit better. I'll see what I can do. Repair the walled city. Okay. Enter the septic. Okay. I thought I might have told us a way to repair the walled city, but obviously not. Hopefully it's not anything that we've passed already. I'm gonna have to fucking go back though. Nah, can't be bothered. I'm guessing it's coming up. I'd like to be able to view the sprawling wilds, trinket man, lower level, past the market. Okay. So we need to find the trinket man then, apparently. Okay, here's a merchant. The street vendor gestures towards a jumbled pile of tarnished chains, costume jewellery and trinkets on a stained flannel blanket. Look at these beauties, very valuable, very pretty. Have I heard anyone say prosperity is in the walled city? No, shakes his head. It's not something that anyone would likely say around here. Show me what you're selling. Show me what you're selling now. Ooh, oh, it's all fetishes. Interesting, but I don't think I need any. I'll see you around. Don't even know your name. Wires are sparking dangerously just above the doorway. Patch of worn-out coating, rip them off the wall. Oh, that's a patch of worn-out coating. A quick patch job with some nearby waste rubber leaves the wires safe once more. Alright, that's one thing done. Right, let's see what else we've got to do. This would be a great place to fight. There's loads of cover. Ah, that's a yellow lotus there. Gobbet comes up short, gestures down at a pile of filthy rags in the ground. A man's shirt encrusted with dried blood and grime. Hey, hold up. This cloth has a lot of negative energy coming off of it. I think there's a spirit bound to it. Interesting. What can you tell me about a spirit? Well, it's a ghost. Either that or a spirit of a man that thinks it's a ghost. It's hard to be sure. She stares at the cloth, frowning. Whatever it is, it's upset. I can feel its anger and sorrow from here. But that's all I can get from it while it's hiding like this. Oh, that's a shame. I could coax it out of the cloth and talk with it if you want. Maybe it'll lead to something. She shrugs. Or it could attack us and rip out our souls. There's no way to tell without trying. Go ahead, Gobbet. I want to hear what the spirit's got to say. Sure thing. Her eyes go beady. Her nose crinkles. Just let me try and establish a connection. The air above the bloody rags shimmers slowly. Something close to man-shaped coalesces into being. A soft voice echoes out from deep inside, as if it began somewhere else. What is this? The spirit peers at you through eyes as soft and undefined as poached eggs. Where am I? You've shed your body. You're a spirit now. Spirit? I am? It raises hands to examine them, blank eyes sweeping over dead flesh. How? You don't know what happened? I was pushed out of my shop, hunted through alleys. The spirit's mouth widens and higher. Bowing his men. I wouldn't pay them, wouldn't accept their protection. Proud, I was too proud. A cold light flares from somewhere deep in his throat. They tore me apart, butchered me like a duck. Oh, duck. It searches the sky, the ground, tearing at the memories inside itself. As it relives its own death, a network of deep cuts opens in its waxy skin, spattering black ichor on the ground. The cold light within it grows brighter. It pulses up the thing's throat and into its mouth, forcing its jaw to unhinge like a snake's. A burning radiance pours out of the spirit's mouth like vomit, spattering to the ground in an ectoplasmic flood of anger and despair. If I were your shoes, I'd want revenge. Oh, that was nasty. Bowing his men. You want them to pay, don't you? Yes, revenge. The resonance of the words penetrates you, scrapes something inside you. Gulp gives you a sidelong glance. Careful sprinter chain don't want any of the lotus killed. Revenge. The spirit's spidery fingers twitch. They begin to curl and then taper, then blacken until they're a set of wicked sharp hooks. The spirit looks at you expectantly. Wait, maybe you should let all that hatred go, be better than them. Could you get me into the den peacefully? The spirit's eyes rolled in its head as it shudders, struggling to let the passion dissipate. I had a friend. It squeezes its eyes shut as it struggles to remember. A smuggler of the animals. He had a space, hidden, secret. Yes, spirit, tell me about this secret space. An entrance in the sub-levels, the spirit clasps its head in its hands. A chute, a door, red paint, and numbers 5465, 5465. Thank you, spirit. It squeezes its eyes shut and turns away. 5465, 5465, 5465. Will that write down that code for me? Yeah, it does. I like games where you have to remember shit like that, so that if you're an idiot, then you're screwed, basically. Well-muscled and heavily tattooed trial member looks up from his PDA, bored but alert. Behind him, the other Yellow Lotus soldiers take notice and turn to leer at you. You're in the wrong neighbourhood, tourist boy. You and all your little tourist friends. I'm a local jackass, work for Kindly Chen, we all do, show some respect. That soldier sneers at her. That's so? And you already know that you shouldn't be here. That fossil doesn't run things around here anymore. His hand strays to his jacket and a conspicuous bulge in the fabric. Could be a gun, knife, or a blackjack. Best get moving, little girl. Best move before we hurt you real bad. I'm not going to tell you twice. No, sorry to bother you. I'm going to try and whip around. You come upon a heavily muscled triad soldier screaming at a bearded old man holding a bleeding nose. The punk wags a cheap, disposable cred stick in the man's face. This? The bright plastic case will look cheerful if it wasn't smeared with blood. This isn't enough. You've got two options, old man. You can find a way to pay me all the money, or you can drag your bony ass deeper into the wall. Find a spot for yourself there with the pimps and the predators. They should find a nice use for you. Your choice. The old man wails. It's not fair. I can't just pack up and leave. I've been living here for 22 years and is this how it's going to be? He rolls his burly shoulders. Fine by me. What a dickhead. He's out cold. That's a shame. He doesn't look out cold. Looks like he's moving. He actually looks like he's moving around a fair bit. I love these hand-drawn fucking places. They look amazing. Inspect. These tiles have been set aflame and have been burning for some time. It smells awful. I thought I had to do something about that with repairing it. Burning tiles past the market. Yeah, how can I fix this? I don't fucking know. I'm supposed to fix the burning tires. Alright, apparently walking away is the only thing I can really do. A bucket. Oh, there we go. Bucket of sand. Oh, that was difficult. Pull a bucket of sand onto the flames. Flames will stifle beneath the dirty sand and soil from the bucket. Well, that was easy. To the lower levels. But before we do, it's going to have to... that's going to have to be this episode. So, as always, thanks a lot for watching. I've been CG, you've been awesome. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.